Playing sports is a perfect avenue in promoting good health and improving one's social skills. It can be enjoyed regardless of one's race, gender, or even disability. Seeing its power to bring togetherness and breaking barriers, the country's largest telecommunications company partnered with the Philippine Sports Commission and a non-profit organization to help turn the disabled into differently abled, persevering through their difficulties through football. Good evening, I'm Pinky Webb, and this is Business Matters, where doing good is good business.
Na-depress ako kasi syempre mahirap para sa isang magulang na yung anak mo kaiba dun sa mga batang kasing edad niya na malaya. Siya hindi eh.
All throughout his childhood, 13-year-old Kenneth Kaabay has lived with cerebral palsy, a disorder which affects his movement, muscle tone, and motor skills. Due to his condition, the abilities of Kenneth's body is greatly hindered, having difficulty with simple movements and coordination, such as sitting, eating, and speaking.
Bali, nung pinanganak ko si Kenneth, na-overdue siya. Then after 3 months, nung ko nalaman na kaiba siya sa mga baby na sa age niya. Kasi hindi siya nagre-response kung kailan siya nagugutom, kailangan orasan mo siya. Hindi rin siya umiiyak.
Though the cause of the disability isn't always known, cerebral palsy is often caused by brain damage that happens when a child's brain is still developing, such as before birth or during early infancy.
Nangyari kay Kenneth, doon sa work ko sa electronics, parang na-absorb niya yung exposed kasi siya sa radiation and then chemical. Siguro kaya naging cerebral palsy siya.
As years passed, the signs and symptoms of cerebral palsy became even more apparent, with Kenneth developing vision difficulties, intellectual disabilities, plus his speech development was also delayed, as well as his learning how to walk. Kenneth does not belong to a family of means. His father works as a tricycle driver, while Marinela had to resign from her work at the factory to be able to devote her full attention to Kenneth, as having cerebral palsy requires lifelong therapy and medication, which doesn't come cheap.
Bali, tinutulungan ako ng city government sa therapy niya, and then yung sa gamot niya, tinutulungan din nila ako. And then yung barangay namin, kahit papano, tinutulungan din ako para sa kanya.
Despite the challenges brought upon by cerebral palsy to her child, Marinela, like all mothers, continued to persevere, nurturing and caring for Kenneth despite his condition, treating him like a normal child and giving him opportunities and responsibilities.
Si Kenneth, hindi ko naman siya tinatrato na parang special na special eh. Sa bahay kasi siya yung kuya talaga eh. Kasi nakikitaan ko siya ng improvement eh. Kaya pinag-aral ko siya kahit hindi siya nakakasulat.
Though the life of a person with disability like Kenneth is filled with roadblocks and challenges, the disability shouldn't be a hindrance for those suffering from it to be able to live a healthy and normal life. Pushing them to be differently abled rather than disabled. And there's no stronger development tool in learning perseverance to live life to the fullest than with the world's most popular sport, football.
Many people around the world really know football as the beautiful game. And for us, that beautiful game should be played by everyone, anyone, no matter who that person is, whether they're, of course, normal or whether they have difficulties. In the process, they're actually getting healthier. This is like their physical therapy, playing football and having fun.
CP Football is a team sport designed for individuals with cerebral palsy or acquired brain injury. Since 1984, this sport has been a part of the Paralympic Games program, which provides aspiration and inspiration for the differently abled to become para-athletes. And here in the Philippines, multiple organizations have partnered together to raise awareness for the sport.
You know, we've been doing this Paralympic development for the last 20 plus years. And it starts with our being able to create public awareness on the importance of being involved and engaged in sports or physical fitness activities.
With increased awareness comes opportunities. By next year, the 10th ASEAN Para Games will be hosted by the Philippines, with 16 sports all to be played by para athletes. As early as now, preparations have been made in scouting players to join the national team for CP football. So to make it easier in finding potential para-athletes that will represent the country's largest telecommunications company provided communication support to the sports committee and organization to help reach out to all interested cerebral palsy football players across the country.
So Globe provided the Henry Moran Foundation with all the communication support they need to go around the country and find the most talented players with this kind of condition in order to develop them and bring them to the ASEAN Para Games.
A lot of the talent that we don't really realize actually is in the provinces outside of Metro Manila. So key to reaching out to where the talents are is really communication. And I think this is a very helpful tool that Globe is providing to be able to reach out.
And since last month, about 50 para-athletes with cerebral palsy from all over the country have trained and immersed themselves to CP football. Training with all their heart to earn a spot at the 14-man CP football national team to represent the Philippines in next year's ASEAN Para Games. And Kenneth Kaabay is among the hopefuls who has now discovered the beauty and fun behind the sport. Even his mother, Marinela, is surprised to see his son's enthusiasm and eagerness in such sports activity.
And then nagulat ako, kaya niya kasi hindi nag-sports yan eh. Hindi siya marunong basketball, any games. Alam lang niya, manood ng TV, mag-school. Eh nakita ko sumisipa na siya ng ball. Kaya sabi ko, kaya pala niya. Sana makayanan ni Kenneth, maka-survive siya.
The TM Sports Program is our program that allows kids all around the country to develop in a sport that they love. Over the past several years, we've been offering basketball development programs and football development programs. This year, specifically for TM Football Para sa Bayan, we partnered with the Henry Moran Foundation to help develop kids with cerebral palsy.
I definitely want to encourage all parents, whether your kids have a disability or not, to have kids really go out and play.
Football is considered as the world's most beautiful game. The thrill and excitement of the game is for all to enjoy, regardless of race, color, gender, or even disability.
I used to play football myself when I could still see then. I was a goalkeeper for my varsity team. Football is one of the things I guess I have a soft heart for. And together with the Philippine Football Federation, and I mentioned the Henry Moran Foundation, we're trying to develop the sport and promote it here in the country. It's a team sport because then it allows our para-athletes with cerebral palsy to be involved and engage in sports.
It's important that even those struggling from cerebral palsy to enjoy the benefits of playing CP football, as the sport itself has great power to bring people together and break down barriers.
The benefit by involving in sports for disabled children is much greater than what they think. So they might have opportunity to represent a country, to make the country proud. All right. So I think don't keep the children inside the house, bring them out, show the world, expose them to sports activities. Good for them. One, we can make them much stronger physically, their movement becomes better, and also avoid injuries. The most important thing, I think, the children will have new friends. Yeah, their social skills improves.
But more than scouting for potential national team members, the partnership between multiple stakeholders and the country's largest telecommunications company aims to promote a bigger campaign advocacy of using sports as a tool for empowering and enabling the lives of everyone, especially the differently abled and those who are underserved.
So this is the first step in the program we have with the Henry Moran Foundation. And the next step is to continue the search because the work is not done yet. Once that search is completed, we're hoping to further increase the awareness of the general public on this condition. But more importantly, in understanding and embracing that the kids and adults with this condition are very capable of competing at a high level and also contributing to Philippine sports.
Aside from giving differently abled children like Kenneth a chance to represent the country, CP football is also a great avenue to help them learn values like teamwork and discipline, strengthening their physical bodies and improving their social skills as well.
TM Sports para sa Bayan is a long-term program of Globe and TM. The goal of TM Sports para sa Bayan this year is to promote that sports is for everyone, whether lalaki, babae, mahirap, mayaman, taga Metro Manila, taga probinsya, it's for everyone. And it's important that public knows where to go if they want to play the sport for fun, where to play if you want to develop, and if you want to use it as an avenue to get into school, scholarships, and even competitive play. So with the strengths we have in Globe, which is in communication, in promoting meaningful campaigns, importante sa amin malaman ng mga tao na may ganito at kung saan pwede pumunta para makuha ang ganitong klaseng programa para sa kanilang mga bata as well as anyone of all ages.
Outdoor activities such as competitive sports is more than just its physical benefits. By allowing children, especially the differently able, to participate and engage with other players of similar abilities. This gives them a sense of self-confidence, motivation, drive, and encouragement to look past beyond their limitations and create a positive difference in their lives.
I definitely want to encourage all parents, whether your kids have a disability or not, to have kids really go out and play. It's not only good for them physically, but even mentally, psychologically, and emotionally.
Magte-thank you po ako dun sa Globe at nag-organize ng ganitong activity kasi kailangan talaga na yung mga PWD is nai-establish sila na hindi porke PWD, wala na silang kakayahan, lalo sa sports. Kumbaga dapat sila yung bigyan ng pansin, lalo na yung mga children with disability. Gusto kong i-share sa mga magulang na ibigay nila yung karapat-dapat para sa mga batang katulad ng mga children with disability, lalo yung mga cerebral palsy.